Okay, yeah. Okay, we are live.
Awesome.
Great. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Protalks by Superpro.ai. I'm your host, Gaurav Tripathi, CEO and co-founder, Superpro, not AI. As you already know by now, Protalks, we feature our amazing super pros, and our focus is to bring people, bring professionals here who have worn multiple hats, who have achieved quite a lot in their lives, and the intent is that while they talk about their journey, their successes, their failures, all of us we get to learn something. And today I have another amazing super pro who's been a serial entrepreneur, have successful exits, have been in in multiple fields actually, and he's already they're running his another startup, another venture already. So we'll get to learn from his journey. So over to you, Naveen. Please
Thanks
start
a
with your
lot, Gaurav,
introduction.
and very happy to be on Superpro and be recognized as someone eligible to be here and share the journey, talk to people, give any inputs. I'm happy to help anyone and everyone at any point in time. Good evening, everyone who has joined, and thanks a lot for being on the Superpro network. We just want more people here so we can create the network, share our stories, see how we can actually connect and help each other. Okay. So, Gaurav, would you like me to go ahead and give a introduction about myself?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So, my name's Naveen Chava, and whoever have joined, I believe, have people that are close to me, have known me, and have worked with me in the past, is what I think. But in case people who have joined and don't know me, this is a brief introduction about myself. Did my graduation from Pittsburgh in electrical and electronics, then went and did computer engineering in Syracuse University, upstate New York. Graduated in '97 and got campus hired into Texas Instruments, Dallas, where I worked for around 10 years. Then moved to Texas Instruments in Bangalore and worked there for close to around 4.5 years. And I always intended to come back to India, do something in India for India. And the easy option was to come back to DI Bangalore, work there and settle myself before I do something of my own. And thanks to all my family, team, friends, etc., who have helped me in my journey so far. And I would say that first most important thing is if you're happy and content with your life. I've been happy and content, and I would say that I have been successful. Success is a perception anyway. It all depends on what you've been able to do and how you've been able to do. And again, it's support from many other things, right? It's support from family, support from friends, support from team. Everything matters. So yeah, the journey then from being an employee, started as an entrepreneur, started my first company, which is called Secon Tech. When we were doing the same kind of work with my background of semiconductor, we worked with a lot of customers, again, like Texas Instruments, Qualcomm, Broadcom, Samsung, Ericsson, ST Ericsson, Intel, etc. And thanks to all those customers as well, which I would say that we as a company in Secon Tech have been successful. So I mean, myself, sorry first, but then the team that has come along with me and worked with me to make Secon Tech successful, and all the folks who have come and joined us, who had the confidence in us and supported us. And we ran that for around 5 years. In that 5 years is where I would say I have actually tried to start many companies. People are known more for their successes, and I would say I've been successful in founding and exiting two companies, Tech and Tech. But there have also been a lot of other failures in that 5 years. There have started many other companies. Many of them have actually closed down, shut down. But these have been successful.
Oh,
And,
so Naveen, yeah,
so
we will. We'll come to that. Yeah, we'll come to the successes and the failures part. So I first want to start, right from the very beginning. Yeah, as so when you were doing your engineering at that time, and then when you were even studying abroad at that time, did you have it in your mind that you will become an entrepreneur, or what was your even your perception around the word entrepreneurship itself?
Yeah, so let me go back in the history and how, as a family, right? So what happens is my dad and my forefathers have always been agriculturalists,
Mm-hmm.
and we were into agriculture. We had some land, I would say a lot of land, or very little land, I would say good land. And then my dad was the first one who got into business, and he also had a BSc in agriculture. Initially he started his job, and then he didn't like working in a job as an employee. So he came out. He also tried 10 different things, failed in all the 10, and then somehow he succeeded in one, then the second one, and it
Oh,
went on. And the thing was, the only thing that he told me was that, yeah, I would like to have good education, go to the US, but come back as quickly as you can, get some technology, set up something here, which he means a factory.
wow.
He also had a factory. And that was the thing that he always wanted. So when I went to the US, that was how it started, saying, okay, I will learn something, see what I can bring back to India and do something in India. So, but semiconductor was the thing that I was into. And because again, it's not, I picked it or I was good in electronics or something like that. Just happened at that time, electronics was the in thing. If you're talking about the 90s,
Yeah.
electronics was, it looked like the most complex thing. Actually, I would say it's the most complex thing. Let me try the most complex thing. And if it's the most complex, that means everything else will fall in place, right? It's like it could be the salary for
Mhm.
electronic engineers, it could be the industry, and if you want to set up something. And I would say still even today, electronics is the in thing. Though there is more money and valuation for companies in AI, ML, blockchain, and the new
Yeah.
technology. But the heart and core is still in electronics.
Yes.
For India needs to happen. Truly, right? So, and that is how I have gotten into whether it's electronics or I have say it's entrepreneurship. So when I was in test instruments also, we were actually going and looking to see what kind of industry to set up. Me and my dad used to go, say, to Trichy to find out, oh, okay, it's like windmills are the in thing happening, so let us set up a factory on windmills, right?
Interesting.
And that didn't happen because I would be even more stuck in manufacturing or something like that, and I would have this. I wouldn't say that it's bad. It's just that I'm still in the in thing. I am having the exposure to AML, I'm having exposure to blockchain, I'm having exposure to fintech, I'm having exposure to tech, which at least I know what's happening in the technology world.
Right.
DeepTech, coverage
Right.
of DeepTech and things like that.
So I will put it as that you had a good support from the family when it comes to entrepreneurship, and it was already, I can use the word, maybe you were destined to be an entrepreneur, at least from the support perspective, right?
That is very, very true, Gaurav.
Great,
I
great.
have to say that it's primarily this majority of, see, it's not like a lot of the folks that I work with who are much smarter than me, who are much more brilliant, would have been better entrepreneurs rest of my life. Means my dad worked hard, was able to actually give me that padding and support, saying any point of time you come back, stay home. There is no dearth of work. It actually always need work, right? You're
Yeah,
making money.
yeah.
But at the same time, I don't have to worry about, oh, do I have a roof to stay under, and will I ever have not just myself, my next generation of family, right? Me, my wife, and my kids. So that is the most important thing. If you've been given that luxury, I would say you would have many more entrepreneurs. I would say I have seen many more smarter people, many more intelligent, innovative people. It's just that you need that kind of support, and only then you can actually venture and keep try to get your feet into the mud and do things.
So, how did the experience at TI really help you? I mean, I know personally a lot of my friends also worked at Texas Instruments, and of course the reputation of Texas Instruments as such an industry leader has always been there. So, how did it help you in the journey of becoming an entrepreneur?
Yeah. So I would really say DI has been a wonderful experience. It was a great company. I can't talk about it now, but it has had high value. It had great culture. It had very great ethics and things like that. So if you were to look back at Texas Instruments in Dallas, it was primarily only technical. Means I was only a very small team lead kind of a person who was not doing much lead technology and stuff like that. So I'm very glad that I came back to India
Mhm.
because India is actually the land of opportunity. And
Yes.
people about US being the land of opportunity and things like that. So I'm very glad that I came back to India because I spent 10 years there doing the same thing. Not getting out of the well. I was a frog in the well, doing exactly the same and not seeing what's outside. So I was stuck in that. It's like a horse going on the track, right?
Yeah.
It's having the view. Once I came back to India, opportunities were enormous just because there was not enough talent of people or senior people available to do many more things. And the opportunity I got was very good where I had an opportunity to work in Nokia as a customer and we were building cell phones for them. So that way I would say once I got that exposure of how to work with a customer, how to create product, how to manage a large team, everything. Yes, I had program management, I had how to write specifications, and I never knew any of that stuff. Actually, customer management, actions tracking, project tracking, it was wonderful. So I would say DI kept up to its word. The other thing that DI stands for is Training Institute. So it has really that
Uh,
I had an opportunity.
Great.
One in the semiconductor field is politics between geographies. Of course, they always exist, but US was always very good at say offshoring the complete ownership of say not just a part or a project or a program, but talking about a product being owned by DI India. So that way I had end-to-end exposure to what it takes to manage a product also. So it was the 4 years of that was like 40 times of what I would have learned in 10 years in Dallas.
Wow.
So again, to reiterate, land of opportunity is in India, whether it's in TI or outside TI. There is no point, as I keep telling all of this to my folks who always have these aspirations to go to the US or to
Yeah.
Europe or something outside India. I tell them that those days are over. Everything is happening here. This is where
True.
things are
True.
happening. Opportunities are here.
Great that you say it out loud. I mean, really, I think about time that people start perceiving it correctly. That it's not the US but India where the opportunities lie. So, how did the first startup happen? Yeah, what triggered that, and what went behind it?
Yeah, so it's a lot of things, basically. Right? The first thing was, I told you I was going around industries, seeing what is happening, what do we do, what do we set up, build these massive 100 feet tall windmills, or actually do other manufacturing kind of things is what we were actually planning. So it all happened because I was trying to quit, and at the same time, two things have happened. One, my team knew that I was quitting, so they also said, "Let's do something together."
Mhm.
At the same time, second, there was an opportunity from uh, an existing, from an earlier manager of ours, basically, same he worked with. So he was looking to see if he can do something in India. So it was a perfect match. So
Interesting.
we never actually thought that we would do services, but we started as a services. And services, it's a love-hate relationship for me with services. I hate services, but at the same time, there's a lot of love for it because it has done wonders for us. And there is so much. There's the amount of meeting with customers, the amount of work that you have to do. There is so much. Nothing is in your control. That's
True.
the beauty about services, and at the same time, that's the disaster about services. And when the other successful company that I started, it was in 2012. Which we have been doing from 2010 to 2015. Like I said, we have started many companies, and it was on multiple domains. So the second one.
No, hold it. I'll still stick to the first one. So in that, when you were starting, yeah, although so you had you had that background, and your father was very supportive, and probably of course he had been running the business, so he knew things about it. But what were the struggles at the first time when you started? Yeah. What did you struggle with? What were the core challenges that you faced?
Yeah, I think for anyone, right, and for me also, the biggest thing was to bring the team together. That's the first challenge, right? Finding the right team. Bringing the team together is the most important thing for any founder. That's the most important thing. And if you have the right team, it should never go wrong. And it will never go wrong. You have to be, yes, of course, it's you need luck. If you have a perception about someone and you think that, okay, this team will do the job, but at the end of the day, means you have seen them in different roles. I don't
Yeah.
think you have ever seen them in the same exact role that you're expecting, unless it's like you're spinning off from an existing Amazon to start a Flipkart or something like that. Right? Then it
Yeah.
would be same guys coming and doing exactly the same thing, but it's never going to be the same, right? So when you start company, means forget the that you have to deal with the finances. You always and I always started with a tech team, right? You never start with saying, okay, I need a CFO. Oh, I need a CEO with operations background.
Yeah.
I need someone with a finance background. Oh, by the way, I need someone who will raise money or someone who will fund the business. So, and the challenge, see, any business has the following challenges, I would say. The first one is customers. If you have customers, everything else will fall in place.
True.
If they don't pay, then you have to monetize that customer
Yes.
something else. The customers is the most important thing. Next comes the team. And the third one is the finance. These are the only three parameters in any business. I don't say anything else, right? There is economic factors, there is how the economy is doing and all of that, but I don't believe in them. Because there's always business to capture. Even
Yeah.
if there's only 10% of the economy is only being able to provide 10% of the business when it was thriving compared to what it was when it was thriving. You still have a 10% business to capture.
True.
So say that all of these other factors don't you are able to get the right customers, please them. If you are able to get the right team, put them together and make sure that they are motivated and inspired to deliver. And the third thing is if you are able to get the finance in, which is possible in the services space. And I'm glad I started in the services space and not struggle like you have. I know your background also, right? You have actually not done services. Services is a cash cow,
Yes.
is what it's about. So I'm glad I started that. And that's the reason why I still love the services business. So I'm sorry, did I answer the question well?
Yeah. So the challenges is what we wanted to know. So yes, it starts with customers, and then by the way, I did services very early on. The first yes, yeah, first 4 years. I think yeah, it was a mix. So in between, in fact, I did services as well. So yes, I
Yeah.
understand. It was definitely for us as well. It was I'll say easy cash, although not that easy that it sounds, but yes, definitely you get the cash coming in, and it's easier to then plan things and build further.
Yeah,
Yes.
and of course, the vision for the most important thing, right? Which for me that was the challenge. But if I were to generalize it and see my other uh, say competition and my
Mm.
other friends who have actually been in that industry, who I have high regards and respect for whatever they have been doing. Means it's not just about scale and volume. Services only scale and volume,
Yeah.
nothing else. Right? So if you are not able to scale, have that volume in the coming years, and if you don't have that vision, and if you don't do it, then services is not the game for you. Don't play it if you don't have that vision and if you're not reaching the scale and volume.
True. True.
Otherwise, it's lifestyle business. You can keep
Yeah.
running it for 100 years and you will be doing the same exact thing. Right? And if that's what you want, that's okay.
Yeah.
But if you
I
are
mean,
looking at either an exit or for to actually feel more and more satisfied, if you have that zeal for more challenge,
true.
like
Hey, Naveen, you there? We are losing your voice. Uh,
let
I think Naveen has slight network issues. We'll just wait for him to come back. Okay, yes. I got disconnected.
sorry, Gaurav, am I back? Am I good now?
Yes. Now you're back.
Yeah, I had to switch networks. Means
Yeah.
I have two providers at home, network providers. Sometimes one of them goes down, so I have to go back to
Good,
the
good,
second.
good, good. Yes. So now, then you with the first stint, yes, so you started services, doing well, cash cow, and everything. But what made you go for it again? Like, why did you think of starting something else?
Okay. Sorry. And then I didn't tell the challenges very clearly for services, right? If I were to actually talk about services or IP companies that have been successful, I have to talk about the ones that have failed, have actually tried
Sure.
things like mobile user services, VAS. They have tried software services.
Wow.
They have tried mining. They have tried many things which are a failure, right? The easy ones, I would say, services if you have the appetite for it, and IP if you are very good at it. And my IP, the success of my IP again is just because I got the right team. They're able to deliver it. I got the right train guys, and it's not easy to put a team together. IP is not just that IP. There are so many factors around it.
Correct.
Everything has to be covered. You need to have
True.
the right experience. Now coming to services, the challenge is I didn't tell that this is a challenge, but the problem in services is like this: customer wants the lowest prices. Your employees are always trying to get the highest salary elsewhere,
Yes.
and you're making money, but you can never see it. The problem is it's always there in the
Yeah.
game. It's an air thing, right? It's a cash flow issue. It's you get payments after 90 days.
Yes.
So these are actually the challenges. Truly, I said it in a different way where I said customer, I said team, and I said finance. But so it's an everyday pain. It's all of these are everyday pain points, right? Whereas IP, the IP company that I have created. Oh, and by the way, I forgot there was another product company that I created that I did, which was doing tablets, point of sale. We did a voting machine. We did handheld printers and all of that.
Oh wow.
And that was the biggest failure. I spent a lot of money on it. Since we are on the air, I don't want to put numbers. I can take numbers which are very few. And you know how product development and for those kind of products, you can never actually sell in India. Everyone wants Chinese products, and everyone will be running behind China. I see Chinmay has also asked if there is EMSC in India in the chat. So I will get to that eventually. But that was the biggest failure in my this thing because you cannot mix passion with business. You cannot mix emotions in business. And you always think, oh, wonderful, oh, this product looks so cool. I should do it. I should put my heart and soul to do it. But you should need to ensure that as a founder or as an entrepreneur, business is not about emotions. Business is not about passion. Business is all about actually making sure that, especially if you're a CEO, if you're a CTO, you can have that. You should have that passion for technology. If you are a CEO, CFO, you should have only passion for, or you should only focus on your numbers, basically. And so and so. But as a CEO, you have to make sure that you are looking at an MVP, or is there viability for this business? It's how you're going to look in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. If you don't have that vision for and if you don't have that plan in your mind, if you don't have that roadmap in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years, you're not fit to be a CEO. And you would rather get someone else from outside or tell your team, but I am not fit for this job kind of thing, right? And again, going back, business is what CEO is supposed to do. He's supposed to own the business. He's supposed to own the team and the vision of the company. He's supposed to focus and make sure all these is there like 20 levers to make a company happen and make it successful. Sorry again, I don't know if I went into a tangent.
No, I think I can put one line there, which is being a CEO, you never fall in love with the product. That would be a disaster. Yeah, that definitely. Then you will get into a loop of just believing in something and then staying in your own dream world. Yeah, that's definitely.
And luck is a big factor anyway, right? At the end of the day, I have to say that for anyone and everyone, whether it's Steve Jobs or me or you or anyone, right? At the end of the day, if you are successful, it's purely luck.
Yeah. I think the timing of it plays a very big role. Yeah, true.
Definitely, yes. Timing and luck plays a big factor. You cannot say you could do everything and anything right, but at the end of the day, those don't fall in place.
Yes.
You cannot say, oh, just because I'm the best or the best person in the world, there's no one better than me, and that's why I've been successful. I don't think so.
So Naveen, here, so post your first venture and then these failures. So one of the learnings you have already shared, but in your second stint, the company, the IP company which you built and then you got value. So what did you do different in the venture? So wherein you were trying to create the product, but you failed in that venture, and the venture in which yes you built the IP and you succeeded. What did you do different?
I cannot say I did anything different at that time, but coincidentally, the difference was the team. If you have to look at the can't actually look at existing products and try to make products out of it in India.
True.
You can never put it in the Chinese. Whereas if you look at the IP company, which I would say they were able to do the same thing much better. And it was all about them. It wasn't never me. I only gave them the platform. I gave them the initial support of sales and things like that. And I put them on the track, and then they were very good. I would say better than me in what they were doing, and they did it on their own. Right?
Wow.
And that is what I realized after all these failures, that one thing I would say, I didn't want to be a co-founder in companies anymore. I would rather be an investor, because again, emotion with the company and emotion with your money. Both of them are a big problem.
Yeah.
Emotion with the company means, oh, the company was started, let us make it successful. Emotion with your money means, oh, I already spent $1 billion. Let me spend another $1,000. And try to see if we can get the $1 million back at least.
Yeah.
So these are the biggest drawbacks of a serial entrepreneur. That's the biggest drawback of a serial entrepreneur. The biggest drawback of an entrepreneur is not having sleepless nights and making sure he's thought about everything and anything that he can do. Like I said again, the biggest advice if you want to give anyone again is that no business is bad business.
Wow.
Your business, how you run your business can be a bad business or a good business.
So true.
Right? Like I said, right? Even if there's only 10% market availability compared to the good times, why are you not having the 10%? If you're so good, you should be able to get the 10%.
True.
Close the business now. Do something else which you're. So that I would say is the biggest advice I would give. So I stopped after 2015, after my first exit. I made a conscious decision not to be a co-founder of any company. I said, these are the drawbacks. If I were to help them, I could still help those companies if I have some business acumen related to that, I would focus and help the business. One. Second is the thing that you don't have that emotional connect with the money part, right? You don't have to worry about month-end salaries. But of course, now I'm the CEO and the founder of one company, and every month-end I have to worry about the salaries. And the first of the month, I'll be very satisfied and happy that I have been able to pay the salaries by God's grace. And that is the biggest, I would say, worry for me, and at the same time gives me the utmost satisfaction that I've been able to do that. And growth also, right? It's not hiring talented people and giving them the right job opportunity. It's also about grooming new talent and giving them jobs that give you more and more satisfaction. So that's one thing that you can never get if you're only investing in companies. Get that only if you're a co-founder in a company and being able to create more and more jobs.
No, good that you bring it up that yes, you decided not to be a co-founder and being an investor. But again, what were the triggers really? It was like only that you said, okay, now I want to do this, or what was the thought process behind setting up your fund, your family office, and even setting aside the fund and deciding that yes, you'll start investing. What was the entire thought process behind it?
Yes, I will answer that. But first I saw that there is no bad business, only bad execution. Yeah, you are right actually. There's no bad business, only bad execution. That's very, very true. So I have to compliment you for that word which I missed, execution. So going back to your question, right? Why is again the basic answer was basic thing that I found out was the fact that if you are running business, spend your 100% on this business. Your heart and soul should be there, and you need to have. You need to be on top of everything and anything. Especially if you are a CEO, right? You need to know the ground reality and you need to know the gut reality. Everything should be known. If you are just being a co-founder and doing only part of it, and unless you are in it, there is no way that you will be successful as a co-founder unless the team is extremely good. If the business fails tomorrow, you have to blame yourself because you said, "Oh, I have started this business, but I have my other team running, and tomorrow if the company fails, you can't say, oh, the team was bad. You can't say how much effort have you put in it? Have you been on the ground? Have you given your 100%? Done everything and anything possible from your side to do it? That should be there. That's the main reason why I said I would rather invest diversified and again with the intention of I don't want to sound so hate or something about it, but I would say the intention was never about to make money. Intention was to be successful in what you do. And I said, what else to do if you have money? I would rather invest in something and see if, and that's the reason why I'm in real estate also, for that matter. I actually do real estate, not just because of the money, because I wanted to see, okay, can I do that too? How will I fare in that? Right? So, even in the VC fund, I have again team who actually do all the groundwork and things like that. And but at the end of the day, I take equal responsibility in what we do there. Sorry.
So on the investment front, so you have invested in so many companies. Right? So what was again the fundamental behind the investments that you made and you have been making? What is it that you looked for?
Right. So the primary thing that we have looked for or we have learned over the period of time, thanks to Sagar. So he actually is the main key driver and he's the managing partner, only a partner, to take decisions along with him. And of course, my earlier team also is with me in the investments. It's not just mine, but my earlier team for my services is also with me. So the key thing again, right? It's all about having enough equity in the company where we can make a difference, both from being able to add some value and also to get value out of it. And I always keep saying, I would rather have 1% in a company which is $100 million than have 100% in a $1 million company.
Yeah.
So that is what I say, but at the same time, it also makes a difference in having, say, at least 10% in a company that I invest in. There's no point in investing and getting 2-3%. It's just like I would rather put that money in stock market, right? I know at least if I put some effort into stock market, I know that I will get that return and much more safer. And we always take a larger bet, 0 or 1, rather than saying, okay, this is a safe company, we get 2-3% in it, and we'll make sure that we get, say, 3x, 4x of that return. I would rather get 10% in a company which has higher risk and which we believe strongly in, right? Again, this attributes to the part where I talked about not the money, but the success is what matters, right? How much money does an individual need? Means you can keep making more and more money, but at the end of the day, what gives you happiness is not the money, the success.
True.
That at the end of the day that you see gives you much more kick and the adrenaline rush.
True. So in the investments that you made or all of the companies, there again any specific sectors that you were looking at, or even now you're looking at any specific sectors, or how is it been?
Yeah, so I would say that the more, see what happens is there's always this baggage that anyone carries. If you were to look at DeepTech, semiconductor, IP, and your background actually is same time, I would say it's good baggage as well as bad baggage. Good baggage because you can actually make more better decisions on it. And bad baggage because you're always biased.
True.
Therefore, it's totally right. It's bad business. Hardware business is bad. You're always biased
Yeah.
because of that. So you tend to make some bad decisions. And anything that you don't know always seems very interesting and so, oh wow, I never heard about this. This is the best. Right? So I would say because of that fact, all of our investments have been in more about the e-commerce, the healthcare, e-commerce, healthcare, then fintech, some redtech, some companies like Lenstar, those kind of companies, which I would say are just for general general app business kind of things. So we invested 20 companies on. 4 of them are into e-commerce, 4 of them are into healthcare, 4 of them into say some kind of research, some of them are into optimization, AML. We have invested into AML. So I would say the investments that were done are all the ones that we have absolutely no idea about. And then we have and fortunately or unfortunately we have done trying again there is no wonder principle around it, trying to be 10% intelligent, 90% is all luck and timing. I would go back to the same principle.
So coming back to what you said. So you said that now you don't want to wear the founder hat again, and you would only invest. But then you again took the plunge. Yeah. So with you again became the CEO IDSign. So what led to that?
Yeah, so IDSign, what happened was I was just supposed to not do anything. I was just supposed to put money, be there in the background if anything is needed and things like that. Is how it actually started.
Okay.
So what happened last April, I quit my job from the first company which acquired me. I was the only company I would say I have worked for as an employee is Texas Instruments or was Texas Instruments. But then after my acquisition, I had a good run in a company. Whoever acquired me, there's a company called Eltran, which is now acquired by Capgemini. Gemini, which was very good. Means I had a great relationship with top management team of mine, and I just continued because I was so comfortable, so happy. But at the same time, you have to say that you have to let it go, right? At some point, because you're not adding much value anymore, neither for yourself nor for the company. You just keep doing the same thing in and out.
True.
That's not what is the best for either. So I exited last April, and I said I don't want to continue, and I left Afran. After which I was supposed to only stay for 2 years ideally, but because of the relationships I had there, I just continued for a very long time, for almost 4 years, and they have been very good to me. Everyone, yes, my management, Alton has been good to me, my team has been very good to me, and I was extremely happy, and I was so happy that I just would have continued forever, which I didn't want. So I just broke that golden handcuffs or whatever, right? And I exited, and I was just chilling, relaxing. Means I would say almost like 6-7 months of doing nothing, just
Wow.
being working for like 13-14 hours and being active all the time, doing many things, doing nothing was there, and it was okay. It's not like I had that anxiety of saying, "Oh, I have to do something." Then what happened? So I decided wanted to go to the next level and go for VC funding, raise fund, and all of that. And they said, "Okay, who has that halo around their head? Or who's the mannequin that we can actually showcase and say, oh, this guy is the CEO. He's the right guy and CEO." And you know, right, how VCs operate. VCs operate primarily, they look at the founding team, the CEO, and the vision goal, and what his background is. He will pull it up. If he's able to pull it off for two.
True.
He might also pull off for a third one, and you know very well also, right? So, and that's why they said, okay, why don't you be the CEO? I'm the last thing. You don't have to do anything at all. You will only put me in front of the VC when you have to he'll tell you what to say, and then I will say A, B, C, D, and the VC will be very happy and put money. That's how it started. But now I'm so much into it that everything I'm on top of things, and I'm happy being in a new domain, which I have absolutely no idea. And IDSign is into identity management, identity verification, identity digital signing, digital onboarding, and all of those things.
Interesting.
So, new domain, new learnings, and that's the most important thing, right? I would say success, money, but at the same thing, learning is what will keep driving you for a very long time. And your value for yourself as well as your team or even the world comes from what you're able to learn. So,
Great.
no question from team. I have seen only one question.
There are questions which were sent by people when they were registering. So I'll just do that. But maybe now you can answer the question from Chinmay. Will there be any TSMC in India?
I don't want to say this on air, but unfortunately, never. It's not going to happen. In my at least 30 years, in 2050, it's not going to happen. Unfortunately, unless the only company I can think of which can make this happen is really Reliance. I have seen the way that they do it. I have seen that the way that they can pull it off is, again, they have the money, they have the brand, and they have the government support and things like that. And making a EMSC is not a thing. It's about millions of dollars, right? And one is the money part, the second is the technology part. Technology you can manage, but government is never going to be able to get that kind of technology. Someone like Reliance can manage money, but do they have the appetite to spend that kind of money on talent?
True.
And you're talking about individuals who can actually make that happen, but they'll need each of them might actually ask for $1 million.
Yeah.
So it's a mindset thing. Are we ready for it? I would say no. Is the government ready for it? No. Companies like Reliance who can actually pull it off, are they ready? And the government, how much ever, even if Modi ji wants to actually change the whole mindset of the whole government, if he says, Naveen, I want to give you $1 billion to start ESMC, by the time I see the $1 billion, I will be a very old man. Then run behind offices, make me file papers, there's so many things. Even if government makes regulation, get that regulation going. It's not that easy.
Okay, the other questions that we had got, I'll start with that. One is question is, what is the future of trained freshers? That's the question.
Unfortunately, we had a very COVID has done a very it's been very bad for the economy, bad for freshers, right? Everything was going so well. We had a lot of opportunities for freshers. Everyone is actually going hiring. There were so many needs and things like that. So today there's a lot of unemployment for even experienced folks. Second is there is not new things starting because companies don't know what is the future kind of thing. It is going to take a while before everyone and everything picks up. The economy rebounds to the state that it was in earlier. And I would say it's doing well right now, but they are not the ones that are going to give hundreds and thousands of jobs.
Yeah.
It's only the well-established, the large players that actually are going to do this. At the same time, I would say there's a lot of confidence from the rest of the world on India, thanks to China in many ways. There is going to be a lot of industrial jobs in India. There is a lot of, say, movement from China, jobs moving from China to here will happen. So we have to wait and watch. I would say that if both of things come together, I would say definitely in the next 1 year there will be more and more jobs for freshers. It might not be the highest paid jobs, but at the same time opportunities will be there. Say, as you were talking about Reliance starting to do a smartphone,
Yeah.
then that means you are actually talking about a company like Nokia, which will actually manufacture phones, get the IP, everything from start. As you're talking about Apple coming to India, right? So the world is ready to invest in India. There is money that will go into India. They see India as a safe country. So that is what my view and take is. But I wouldn't say that I might be the best judge or I can comment very well on. I think that there are many other people who have better views on this.
So freshers should just work on their skill set, keep it sharp, and just hang in there. Yeah.
Yes, I would say, see, at the end of the day, right, there are so many new technologies that say you can say, oh, I need someone with 20 years experience in big data. And you really need someone with 20 years of experience in big data. I need 7 years of experience in blockchain. It's not practical, right? Ideally, right?
Yes.
So if you are really good at, if you are able to pick up on these new technologies, right, whether it's AI, ML or blockchain, any of these new technologies, the experience is not going to matter so much.
True.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Next question is, what was the single?
One question from a person called Rishi. Who is your favorite CEO and your favorite investment?
Oh.
So my favorite CEO is a person called Rishi. He's the CEO of Arsu, and that is my favorite investment.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying something. Go ahead.
Yeah. Rishi must be happy now. Okay. So the next question is, what are single topmost learning from your first success?
Yeah. The topmost learning, again, like I said, right, is about keeping the team together is a lot of effort. Because the larger your co-founding team is, the larger the differences but at the same time the larger the strength also from different views and things like that, right? So learning is from that time is when I started the company, I didn't know how to set the right expectations for the co-founders of mine, right? So I started it and I said something, but at the end of the day, I had zero knowledge of running a company, zero knowledge of how to structure a company, how to do things. So if you are ever trying to start a company, you need to know a lot of things about how to structure it, how to set the expectations of the team, what if the good happens, what if the bad happens, what will happen to the company, what does it mean to them and things like that, right? You have to think about it. Because when I started, I have absolutely zero knowledge on what does even means how do you have shares, how do you give equity and things like that. So you have to be very, very careful and set the expectations right, which means you have to first learn all of this before you even start a company. It's not just saying, oh, okay, I will keep 20%, each of you keep this 10% and then start the company. That is absolute bullshit.
Great. Okay. Next is, how do you arrive at the timing of the exit to make it more successful?
I have two answers for that. Okay. So now the first answer is my honest and my advice to anyone and everyone. When an exit comes, just push it and take it. It's just like a share. It's like a share in the stock market, right? You have a share, and there is no good or bad time.
Yeah.
You have bought it for 100 rupees. It will definitely go to 200 rupees at some point. When no one can answer that question.
Yes.
It will definitely go to 50 rupees also at some point, right? So at some point it will go. So I would say the advice is when you have a 100 rupee share and it is valued at 100 rupees and someone is willing to buy it, exit. Of course, it's good to have say at least I'm making for 10 rupees and my 90% effort I'm making 100 rupees. You should have to at least get to that point. I would say not that, but when an exit comes, please don't throw it away because there is always a good time or a bad time coming.
Yeah.
You never know. You can never predict the future.
True.
So that is the honest and the straight answer. The second one is, so my first exit, I told my team said, no, let's work together. We are doing well. We'll keep doing all of our efforts and keep doing the same thing.
Mm.
For the next 4 5 years, we'll go places. We can sell it for 10 times of what valuation currently I'm being offered. But I said, boss, I'm having a lot of, and of course, I was enjoying what I'm doing, but at the same time, there's a lot of uncertainty of the future which I cannot take. I cannot put everyone at risk.
True.
There so many people who are trusted me, they are risk and things like that. But when the second exit came, for the second company, when the exit came, I said, boss, I will not be the decision maker because my stomach is already full and I have enough money and I have no uncertainty for myself, not for anyone, whether it's family, whether it's people that have actually given me, lended me money. My first company, I was sold all my properties to keep it,
Mm.
for it to continue to make its existence. Right? But for my second company, I told my co-founders, because you decide, my stomach is full. I'm not going to tell you either way, I will just go with you. And you take the call whether you want to continue and keep going and going or you want to exit. I'm not going to have a vote in this. This is what my suggestion was. You understood the rationale. Right?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
There is no uncertainty. I'm not dying to see, oh, my 100 rupees will go to 50 or whether it goes to 200. Either way is okay for me. 100 rupees comes back as 100 or goes to 200 or goes to 50. I don't mind. So I let my other co-founders go ahead and take that call.
Great. And I have a final question. If you were to call it a secret ingredient, what's that secret ingredient behind your success?
Thank you for whoever called me a success. I'm very grateful to them because, like I said, success is a perception, is what is happening. Very steel jobs. And there is so many. There is Tesla, there is Microsoft, there's so many other companies which you can say. And as individuals in person, and you have to think about all of them also. So the secret ingredient is nothing. The secret ingredient is your commitment, your hard work, and your willingness to give your 200% for the vision and dream of the company. Leave no stone unturned. As in, have it tried that, have it tried this, have it tried this. Try everything and anything that has come to your mind, right, to make your business successful. Or your mind should be constantly running. What more can I do? What more can I do? That's the only secret sauce, secret ingredient.
Great, 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 great. Amazing. Wow. With that, yes, we are about time. The guys who are watching it, any questions? Okay. there is a question from Chinmay again. Um,
So
how
I
is
would say, please let us collect all the questions. Let's publish them because it's 7:30
yeah,
and I have actually committed to thinking that it's 7:30, 7:33 because you can't go and answer all the questions and it's unfair not to answer questions. So
yes,
I'm saying I have a lot of time, but not right now to answer everything because you can't pick one question. Let's take all the questions. My thing is, let's take all those questions and respond back to all the
yeah. Yes, we have more questions in fact. So yes, we will take these questions and okay, great. So guys, we will be publishing the answers everywhere. So wherever the post goes, so yes, on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, definitely, and we will be adding these. With that, yes, we are about time, and I'll close the session for today. So thanks
thanks
a
a lot,
lot.
Naveen.
Thanks a lot, Naveen. It
Pleasure
was
interacting with you after 9 months, I think, right? It was in January or so before
yeah,
we
yeah,
had the birthday party.
yes, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Gaurav. Have a good evening.
You too, and thanks to all of you, those who attended it live right now, and thanks again to everybody who would be watching the recorded versions later on, whenever in time. Um, Naveen can be booked on Superpro. His Superpro page link is very much there in the description and in the comments is going to be there. So feel free to reach out to him. You can book him on Superpro and get to talk to him to learn more about how to be successful or how to build multiple companies, so on. So please feel free to reach out to him. And with that, thanks a lot, guys. Have
I
a
just want to add
yeah,
one thing. I'm always available for anyone who reaches out to me. I've always been available. One. And the reason why I request anyone to reach out to me on Superpro is also the fact that I do charge people, but it's all donated to charity, whichever comes. Is for anything, taking advice, talking to them for 10 minutes, actually each charged on Superpro. But anything that comes in is donated to charity. So your money is going for a good cause and not for my fill pocket. I'm not taking money from you to give advice. It's for charity. I want you also to contribute. My time is charity and your money is. Thank you.
great, great, great. That's again very noble of you. Yeah. So yes, guys, you heard it. So please go ahead, talk to him, reach out to him, book him on Superpro, and you will hear more from him. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Bye bye. Good night. We'll be back with a panel discussion tomorrow. Take care. Bye.